Hi guys, welcome on the channel. Today we are going to make configuration on the Victron. It is the multiplus model, actually the 3000 watt, and we will do it in the VEconfig. You can see it here on my side. I have already opened it, and we will actually connect to the machine directly. We are using the MK3 USB adapter, which you need to connect with the UTP cable. It is the straight cable, it's not the cross cable, so take a really good look that you have correct cable, so everything is working like it is supposed to be. And after you connect it, I recommend first time the USB MK3 device first to the computer, and then connect LAN cable to your Victron and then power on the Victron. Because when you power on the Victron, then you connect the cable to the MK3 and then you plug the USB into your computer. It will happen like it will be like, at least happened to me, and it was like the mouse was hacked. It was going everywhere and clicking and blah blah blah. crazy. It was not the correct really option how to plug it in. So first MK3, then LAN cable, then turn on the machine. So at least on my case, I have it on the COM7 USB serial port. Those two COMs, those first ones generally are not available, at least on the new computers, so it will be definitely some other COM port. You can use the auto detect, maybe it should be also working, but sometimes I had the issue, and see, he is doing nothing. He's not connecting the machine. That's really crazy. I don't know why, but really auto detect is not working like it is supposed to be working. And I know now I didn't connect the cable because I wanted to. So I will switch, I will connect the LAN cable. Now we are back and we go one more time. Okay, let's try the auto detect. Range check some error. Oh man, Jesus, I will have to do it one more time. Sometimes happened those things, you don't know when it comes. It's always crazy. I need to move it here one more time. Port selection, we go for CAN7. Now it is perfectly joined. You see it was very fast reading blocks. I have actually 44 blocks. So we will be there in a minute. It will be soon. Again reading the blocks, and that's it. We are here. I come from the Czech Republic and my setup is made for the Czech Republic. So we will see what is going on here. On here, on the left side, you see the table. You can make it even bigger if you wish. I am not connected to the grid at the moment. We have just DC and we have state of charge. How is it actually full charge the battery? You see I have about 1150 ampere hours and my system is running on 50 Hz. I have limited 13 amps for the phase for my project. Here you can check it overmute by remote. When you have it, you can on the VRM portal change it, or you can use those values as you wish. Also, you can connect external sensor when you have it. It depends on you. I have here battery monitor enabled, and my state of charge I have changed from 95 to 100. Capacity is even a little bit lower. I have 1200, but 1150 for the Victron I have set. Charging efficiency is about 0.95, which is okay. Now come the grid. Generally, when you buy new machine, there will be nothing. When you are running like UPS mode, you don't actually need it, but you need to set it in the general how it is supposed to be working and what is supposed to be doing. Definitely, I have here the Czech code for my country, so if you are the Czech guy, you can check the values. I have set it up, and this one are the correct value that you really need for the system in the Czech Republic. For the inverter, the output, it is very clear. I have 230 volts. That's very good one. You can a little bit modify it if you wish to, but I think it is just fine. Power assist, I don't have it. DC input, this is the option when it is supposed to be going low or high, or disconnect or whatsoever. First comes the alarm at 47.2, then come the restart 46.4 and shutdown 44.8. That's how I like to work on my lithium cells. Really, it's really important. I don't want to use this issue, and I don't want to enable the AS, because if you are running the AS, it can have a little bit better standby, but things like fridge and such devices which turn on sometimes, they don't recognize this curve when it is very bad. Maybe you can use the modified wave. It could help you a little bit with the consumption, maybe, but I prefer go pure lovely sinusoid, so that's what I'm using. The charger, definitely enable charge. You see lithium batteries. Curve I have fixed. Absorption voltage I have 54.4. It is exactly 3.4 voltage per cell, and that's enough. Floating I have 3.375 per cell. It is those 54 volts, and charging current I have the maximum 35 amps, and that's exactly what we need. I am using also assistant, and it is the ESS, and for that one you need to set the virtual switch. Do not use virtual switch, and you will load the assistant ESS. There is many variations how you can set up your inverter. It depends on the function, what you really want to do, but in my case I am using the assistant ESS, and this is how it should look like. There are also some kind of tools you can set it up. We will not go through because that's not about this video. On the advanced there is a limit internal charge to prioritize other energy sources, I am not using it. So this is my setup. If you want to save the file and you will be maybe uploading it to more devices, then you go File, Save Settings, then you change the name where you want to save it and you click Save. I will not do it, but as you see, I have already done it, and we will use it on the next machine. So we have saved this VEconfig. Now I have to change the machine. We have the config which we want to load into the new machine, and it's completely new machine, and we will need to also upgrade the firmware. If you upgrade the firmware, there is one thing which will happen. You will lose this VEconfig. That's why we have saved it. So now we will close this window. We will open it later when we connect new machine, and we will open Victron Connect. So you can see we have this Victron Connect here. There is already one machine that is actually connected to VRM portal. It is on my LAN network, and this one, it is the new one that I have built, and we will go for the third one. It will connect, but we will skip it for now, and I go to reconnect the other machine. So okay, so we are back. The machine is changed, and you see it's showing something. We will click on it, and here you can see, when we see the product, it is the firmware version, in my case 5.02. You cannot change it because it is limited with this option, and you need to put the password inside. Password is very simple. In my case it is 3 times small z. It can be 6 zeros in some kind of Victrons. So now we will use the 3 times z, 1, 2, 3. OK, and those options are open. Generally you can use whatever you wish. It is very similar to VEconfig, but with the VEconfig it is more simple when you need to clone the machines, such things. And also here we will change the BIOS. So now you see here is actualization, and the new version is 5.56. I have 3 machines, and I would like to have them on the same hardware, even software configuration. So that's why we are going to change it. Very simple, you will just push the button and that's it. It takes some time, it's not so dramatic, but maybe like a minute or something. Actually on those 2% you hear like click. You can see here the table, it is in the Czech language, but if you really are on this machine and you are using the power from the output, you cannot use that computer because it will shut down the computer. It will switch off the outputs of the inverter. So please use it and do it when it's nothing, no load on the machine. It will be better for you. You see, it is quite fast. It's, I think, normal speed for the BIOS versions or firmwares. It takes some time. $89, 90%. We are quite there. $96, 97. Again, there was a click on the machine. It was doing something. And now the firmware is actualized. It is saying like it is making the settings like you have set in the machine, but really this table, this actualization is taking much more time than the flash alone. It is a little bit slow. But for the next step, when it's ready again, we will go for the VEconfig and we will use the file to set everything in the new machine like we have in the old machine. And for that we will also need a password, and it is this first password to select or deselect country code if needed. Here is the password, so I will copy this password because I will need it. I put it to the memory and that's it. Really, people, be careful how you are using it, what you are setting up, because if you connect to the grid you can make really big dulcian under. It will be crazy, you can make things bad, so you really need to know what you are setting up, otherwise don't do it, or ask somebody who is really on the horse. Really, he needs to know everything about the grid in your country. For example, if you connect European inverter to the American network, it will be totally immediately dead, because in Europe we are using 50 Hz, in US you are using 60 Hz. So in that case, definitely do it, change it. And for that you need that password. You see, it's quite slow, but it should be a little bit, few more minutes, 1, 2 or something. I think it's good for you to also see like, okay, it's taking the time, it needs the time, so do not rush. Victron is very good device, but it's a little bit slow, so give him the time and he will at the end finish it successfully. I have to say, really, it was a really comic with the cable on the beginning, because I forget to plug it in, but sometimes this can happen, and really be sure that you have the UTP cable and it's straight. It's straight and it's working then very well. I was also watching on the VEcan, because this one, this cable from the MK3, you need to connect it to VBus, not to VCAN, and that's very important, because when you put it to the VCAN it will do nothing. You will not be able to find the device. So make sure you are connected to the VBus. Last time when I did it on the second machine, I was going back here with the actualization of the firmware, actually somewhere maybe in the time, and it still wasn't ready. And I am still thinking, okay, but at the end actually it did it even on the background, so we can maybe do it even now. But I was really thinking, okay, let's wait when it is, because there should be, okay, this device is actualized and now it should be okay. But it's taking ages, really ages. And I am not actually the patient guy, really, I'm not. By the way, if you are interested for which setup I am using those free inverters, then it is for my project. I call it Project 51, and it will be really assistant and really big UPS system with 60 kilowatt hours battery pack. It is actually 4 packs by 16 each, 16 cell, and those 4 boxes are, as I said, in parallel connection, so it has quite some power. And those 3 inverters will be in the machine. There is actually place for 4th inverter, and actually I have the 3 kilowatt version, and those 3 pieces of 3 kilowatt, it's like up to 9 kilowatt combined. But each machine, each Victron will be connected to one phase. It will be on 3-phase system, and I really needed to put it solo, because I have the GX version, and each GX version is going to operate independently on the other phases. It will be not 3-phase system like it is mostly done, because you are generally making or 3 multipluses without GX, and you will set them each on different phase a little bit, but they will act together and they go together, they go synchronous. But I want to be my system asynchronous, because the load on each phase, it can change for me. And maybe if I have no load on phase 2 and 3 over the night, I don't need to run actually those machines. They can turn on in the morning when you really need to start charging the batteries. That's the moment where they can go on and they will charge the batteries, because I will be running like system with AC coupling from my Huawei, so it will be quite crazy system. Okay, I am impatient, so I will click back and we will see what's going to happen. Maybe it was already done, I'm not sure. but I didn't hear the noise from the device, but it seems like he's here. Now he's trying to connect and he's doing again nothing. It is so slow, really, and I'm so impatient. But we are here, good. You see, we have 230 volts, 18 watts, 50 hertz. That's good. And if we check again information, we are now version 556. So that's what we wanted. We can go away and we can close the machine, which is very good. I'm just quite interested in those. Okay. Doesn't matter. So we close it and we go again VEconfig. There is always the table. I will show you the table. This one jumps on the program. So this program should be used by qualified personnel only and is designed for making changes in the configuration of certain Victron energy devices. Beware, misconfiguration may lead to damage on the system. So really, people, be careful. Okay. We take the VEconfig on the other screen and we will connect again COM7. We have detected the device, that's good. Nothing changed. I am all the time sitting here. Target found, retrieving supported information, reading current values. You see it's not reading any blocks or whatsoever, but we are here. You see there is not enabled the monitoring. There is nothing, there is no grid, nothing there. Inverter is set to the basics. Those values are not good enough for me. Barely 37 volts, that should kill my battery pack. I don't want to. You see the curve here is also a little bit different. I like fixed things, definitely for the lithium, fixed things. Virtual switch, here is something already. Drive manual switch, blah blah blah. You can do whatever you want. Assistant, there is nothing. Advanced, there is nothing. So now we will go to the file and we will load the settings that we have saved. We will open it and now you see it's not allowed to make this change in the settings without providing the grid code password. So we need grid code password. This is the password. Would you like to enter password now? Yes. So we enter the password and OK. There is some also warning, blah blah blah. You see that versions require password when other not compliant, blah 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 blah. You don't need it. Just click OK. And you see the settings are here. Exactly like I have set it, I have shown you on the beginning. So we have the same settings, same values, so all machines will behave the same, at least on the basics. There will be something different to control them, but it's not actually the case that we want to show in this video. Now we will get those settings into the machine, so we need to send them. when you push get settings, it actually get the settings from the machine and we will send them to the machine. You can apply the modified settings, which you see that is actually orange, but I prefer do all settings, so it will apply everything the same way. Let's make OK. I heard the click again on the machine. It was turning off. If you have those assistants, you really need to click them on and it will also shut down everything. Again, you see click, it's not working, the machine is offline, all outputs, inputs. You can use it also when you are connected to the grid, you can do it. You don't have to be on the battery, but I prefer do it on the battery, it is the safest option whatsoever. Everything is changed and the inverter is now running, so it's very cool. And that's it. That's really it. You see everything is here, and if we go and close and you will try again, so it will load the information from the machine. You can double check it like this way, that there is everything like it is supposed to be, everything should be communicating. So we will see the data now. Now you see it's reading the blocks actually. You will see those 44 blocks like we had before. Yes, now he will finish the reading and that's it. And you see the system, everything is there, everything is loaded, everything is saved. Perfect. This is the device with the GX inside, and I will have to put them also on the VRM, and I will also update the BIOS version from the GX device, but we will have this one on the other video. So for now, I hope you like it, and we will see us on the next content, and it will be about the VRM portal, adding to the portal, setting and changing the BIOS, probably connecting to the Wi-Fi and so on. So thank you for the watching and see you next time. Bye bye.